Welcome to the vlog. We're down at Blue Lake, which is in France, owned by the Vasseur family, and you can book this through Anglinglines. Enjoy the rest of the vlog. This is peg 1. It's very spacious. You'll find all double pegs are absolutely massive. So peg 1, which has got trees on the right hand side, trees on the left hand side, and quite a compact swim. If the fish are in there, great, but if you notice one thing, when there's grass, not a lot of people fish it. When there's no grass, loads of people fish it. That's because the ones which have got grass in them have generally got a less water, and that's why people don't choose to fish them as much. Now this one's peg 2. A lot of people from all the way around this part of the lake casting towards peg 2. So peg 2 is a bit of a prime peg in my opinion. There's no number 1 peg on there because the fish move around a lot. It's shadowed, you might be able to see a silhouette of me, but it's peg 2. Down the right hand side of peg 2, right on the border of your swim, is where there's a lot of fish showing, and you've got that kind of a really rocky multitude of depths out there. So this is peg 2. This is Little Point. This is peg 3. Peg 3 has got open water in front of it, and also it's got an area which is round to the side here, which is a bay with plateaus on it where fish tend to hold up. Just down there is where the fish hold up as well, so I'll just show you more detail. This is a popular peg for a lot of people who fish it. As you can see there, that's the bay you can get to from there, and it's got a plateau just in front of you. Currently there's a few fish in there as well. You can fish out towards the end over there, and you got open water with a few features out there as well. I wouldn't call them bars, it's just natural topography of stone, and that's what it is. And then you can get full access to see what's going on most of the lake except for peg 1. Good vantage point this one. 15 acres it is. Blue Lake, 15 acres in total. And it's a nice, well maintained lake with easy access, parking behind each swim via a road that runs round the lake. Right, this is peg 4, which has got limited water space, which is here. As you can see, angle that round, you've got access to this point here, which is like kind of a channel that goes into a little bay, secluded bay, secret bay. You've got a flat area here, most of the carp are in the trees. You do see the grass carp coming up in the water there. The marks to go for is the far bank, right away across there, and that's a channel that's just down there. That's peg 4. Again, limited access, you're cut off by everybody else, and like I said in peg 1, when there's grass on the bank, not a lot of people choose it, but that can actually be an advantage as well. So let's go round to peg 5 next. This is peg 5. This is pointing over towards the centre of the lake. We've got peg 3 over there and peg 2 over there, and this is pretty much in the centre. And you can fish a little bit to the right, going towards peg 4 on peg 5 to peg 4, and there's a shelf there where it drops off from 7 foot to 12.5 foot. And straight outside there you got loads of features, but you need to bring a sonar just to check it, because that's the best way of finding out what's there, because it's a really interesting topography on this place. There's proper holes that are natural, and you can go like 30 foot down like a little shaft, I might say. So that's it. I'll just show you a little bit more in detail. As you can see, peg 4, and you can see the entire part of the lake, and it's a big peg. As you can see, it's a massive peg. like you can see, the rope goes all the way around. This is peg 6. Another double peg again, facing peg 2 should I say, and you can see the central lake from here. I like this swim, this isn't a bad one to be fair. A basic peg, nothing too nondescript about it. That's peg 6. As you can see, you've got access down the margins, both sides, down there and there, and open water. As you can see, it's got the gravel down there, which indicates that a lot of people fish it. It's most popular, and maybe it's just the case that they didn't put gravel down, who knows. But I've noticed more fish show in the centre than they do in the corners, because it's like a triangle shape, this place. Right, off to the next one. And this is peg 7, pointing straight out into the centre of the lake. A lot of the fish do hold up in the centre of the lake on here, and there's loads and loads of space to fish from. Again, a big double peg. There's 11 pegs in total, and they only book up to 10, and that's that. And access down each margin as before. Okie dokie. Off to the next one. This is peg 8. Again, a big double peg. A little bit smaller to be fair than the other ones. It is a double peg. You've got access to the centre of the lake. You're quite close to peg 10. Directly opposite, because it's like a triangle shape, this, like that, and you've got either side of the triangle. Not great illustrating that, but that's this peg. It's not a bad little peg, this one, to be fair. Very quiet. Peg 9. This is a lovely little peg, this one, but a bit cut off from the pegs either side here. So the fish are in here, fish it. If they're not, move on. I think it's a short session peg really. It's a 2-man peg, but you can be cut off by other anglers, so be wary of that. Peg 10. This looks out into the centre of the lake again, facing peg 8. There's a plateau in between 8 and peg 10. Quite deep in the margins. Very popular peg, and I can see why, because you've got full access to this part of the central lake. So that's peg 10. Finally, peg 11. This looks straight out into the centre of the lake. Be sure to use some back leads on this one, because somebody from peg 1, if you're in there, could take you out as the fish takes off into centre of the lake. You've got access to all the different features out there. Bring your GPS, bring a bait boat, and get fishing on this one. That's it. That's all 11 pegs on Blue Lake. And thanks for watching. Like and subscribe. Press that bell icon right there. That'll make me a lot happier if you could do that. Charlie?
Huh?
What size is that?
42.
£42, you happy?
Yeah.
Right, got to lift it up for camera.
Got sore.
That's
Oh,
fine.
sorry, I hit him now.
Lift it up. Happy with that?
Yeah.
Happy days. Let's
My
put it back.
first one. Oh.
Biggest mirror? No? It's a common.
Oh.
So is it the biggest common?
Yeah.
Top up. Well done, you PB common, darling. Too welcome, it's sweetheart. My first fish of the session off the night with £22. First thing in the morning. Currently Sunday morning. The weather turned last night and it's blowing a hoolie all night. Still blowing a bit today, as you might hear, but at least we're off the mark. So I've got to catch up with Debs now and level, and I'm happy with that. Right, I'm going to return this and see if we can catch another one. That's fishing on a snowman type setup. Okie dokie. Now, first 48 hours has been a bit of a grueler. We've had 5 takes, 2 fish, and it's been difficult. A lot of the lads around the lakes have been struggling. The small crayfish, which are a bit of a nuisance, you don't have a problem throughout the day, but at night time they come out, and in a margin rod it was pipping away all night long while I was trying to pick the bait up and disappear. So half the rods are going 2 baits on the bottom, the others are going on a little Ronnie like that, just popping the bait up for just a little craze. Get avoided as much as possible. When you actually get the bait in, you find the bottom of the boilie, the pop up, has been nibbled by the crayfish, and that's what we're using, and also snowman rigs as well. Now we're speaking to the owner and one of the bailiffs. The water's been fishing really difficult the last couple of weeks because it's been baking hot. The water in the margins feels like you've got a warm bath board. It's that hot. The fish I actually caught, I had to stay in the water with it for a while to just get its strength back. This is France. It's warm throughout most of the year, but sometimes it goes a little bit beyond, and it's at 42 degrees. That's very hot for about a week. So this is Monday. I'm not expecting to catch a lot of fish on this trip, I don't think. I'm being realistic about it. Fantastic venue, well looked after, well maintained, nice toilet block, plenty of fish. It's just difficult. Sometimes some waters just fish really difficult, and today's no exception from that. Debs is struggling a little bit. She's getting a bit bored with it. Understandable, because we're not catching loads of fish. I think she's been quite spoilt on the last couple of trips. So on this trip it's been a lot harder, but she's happy so far with a £42 common. That's a good common, that. Now I'm going to get out on the boat at some point and have a look at the different areas. I might get the deeper out just to map out some of the water. I've not done too much thrashing about while it's fishing difficult, because I don't want to make my chances even harder by thrashing the water with a marker all over the place, whether it be digital or with what you call it. Dev's laughing at that. I always say digital because I'm Mancunian. Digital. Or putting a float marker out and just mapping the bottom out. I'm not going to do that while it's fishing hard. So I'm just using common sense, fishing the marginal area, like over my shoulder there. That's one spot there, so I'm fishing there. I'm fishing here, and we've got another one just there. This is peg 4. If it's still as difficult as this and the wind is pushing away from me at the back of the wind, I should be fishing into the teeth of the wind really, but the 2 pegs where I wanted to fish are already taken. So it's not an exclusive booking for me on this lake. I'm fishing the same as everybody else. I would like to fish down the bottom end into the teeth of the wind, and I still might do that on the bottom peg for the last couple of days if nothing changes and it's still difficult for 2 days here. So come Wednesday, Tuesday, Wednesday, if I'm struggling come Wednesday, I'm going to go down to the other part of the lake for 2 days, just on the off chance to try and catch something. It's a 550-mile trip from where I'm coming from, Manchester, Greater Manchester, to come here. So you've got to try and do the best you can, to be honest. Well, an executive decision has been made. It's a flat, calm night, and I've put best part of 10 kilo of bait out straight in front of me, just on a shelf. So it goes from shallow water, 7 foot, to 12 to 13 foot of water. So I'm fishing just at the bottom of the shelf. I fished 2 days on the top of the shelf on one rod, and it picked nothing up. But last night on a rogue rod that we put out over the shelf, we had a run which we duly lost. Now we're here to catch fish. Let's not be any bones about it. I'm here to catch fish, and if I'm not catching fish, I'm not happy. If I wanted to sit outside in the sun all day long, I would have gone to Blackpool or Wales or even to the Caribbean. Doubts would have loved that. But we haven't gone to the Caribbean, we've gone fishing. And after spending a good 3 hours going around the lake, on my part of the lake that is, it's pretty void of fish. I'm in 8 foot, 7 foot of water where I am now, and I've only seen the odd fish. I mean the odd fish, and there's a lot of fish in here. Now the other guys in the lake are getting plenty of runs, not hitting into them, they're fishing onto bars, and now it's died down, it's flat calm, the storm might be coming in later on tonight. The fish are clearly in the deeper part of the lake on the bars, they're not where I am. So there's the executive decision. I've had to move, so we've packed most of the kit away. Base camp has been packed into the van, and we've only got the one bivvy up now with Debs. So that is where we're up to. So don't forget to comment below, like and subscribe. If you're fishing a lake and it's not fishing where you are for 3 solid days, and you fished hard and there's nothing showing, you've got to move. You've got to do what's the best for you. Now I'll be going fishing closer to other people, which I'm not happy about, but again, I'm here to catch fish. I'm not here to make people happy, I'm here to catch fish. Very selfish it sounds, but that's the reality of it. So first thing in the morning, first light, I'm going to stay here for the night fishing over that bait. And even if I catch a couple of fish off that shelf, 3 days is a long time for one fish. It is. I don't mind it if it's like kind of Reedsmere or somewhere like in Cheshire, where you'll be happy in 3 days to get one fish, but on here it's not going to happen. I've got to move, put the effort in, the van's loaded. Devs wasn't happy about that, neither was I, but it's something we have to do. Right, if I don't see you with the next fish, I'll see you when I move camp. Right, just before the move, in open water, just off that that drop, we picked a fish up, but it's been a long time coming. It's been quite difficult, to be honest, so hence why we're going to do the move in the morning. We've got quite an angry, beat me up old mirror, about 30, you know, just mid-30s. There we go. How's that go? Happy days. Right, I'm going to put this back because it's middle of the night and I want to get back to bed. Brilliant. Right, I'm fishing for about an hour and a half, and first grass carp of the session. It's at £38. Now these really do beat you up, they're a bit of a pain to hold, so I'll be quick. There you go, £38. I'm going to put this away straight away. So here we are now, peg 2. We've done the move, 6 o'clock this morning. We're fishing on 2 bars now. This is on like kind of a little point spit that comes out into the middle of the lake. At first looking from the other swim over there in peg 4, I thought it was a bit too close to everybody else, but now I'm actually on this point now. It's nowhere near everybody, to be fair, and I don't have to fish that far out. It's a lot more relaxing here, more enclosed, and I've got shelter from the wind, I've got shelter from the trees, thunderstorms is not an issue, and I can relax. Debs has got 3 rods out, I've got my 3 rods out, And you got your hair straightened because the van's at the back of the swim, aren't you, Debs?
Yes.
They can't see you. Now they can.
Straight now.
Straight. So, yep, all good to go. Here's a little tip for you. If your funds and you haven't got a lot of money are very limited and you're looking for a little boat to use just once or twice to France, that over my right shoulder there is a good cheap alternative. All you got to do is put a bit of hardboard in the bottom and some insulation lagging around the outside of the hardboard, place it in the boat, you've got a solid bottom boat for very little money. I think I paid about 40 quid for this Seahawk Mark II, and throughout the week in France on this venue specifically, it's been fantastic. It's been good to get out and free fish, check features out, and it's just been good. It's been good really. Now not everybody has the money to afford a decent boat. I mean, £400–500 on a boat you might use once or maybe twice a year is a lot of dough to actually dish out of your wallet. It would definitely make the moths fly, but something like that will actually do the job, get you out there, get yourself a life jacket and do a bit of feature finding, get a prodding stick, get out and enjoy life a little, because not everybody has that kind of money. So Seahawk Mark II with a wooden thing in the bottom, perfect. Round, Debs, how many nights now? 3 nights?
What, here or left?
4th night. 3 thunderstorms.
5th night.
This is the 5th night? No, it's not.
Saturday night, Sunday night, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday.
Oh, it's going to be the 5th night. We've done 4 nights, but we've had 3 thunderstorms. Right, and a big one is approaching. Hopefully this continuous low pressure will put the fish more on the feed, because I've had the first few nights have been absolutely hideous where I was in shallow water. The fish have been down in deeper water, hence why we had the decision to move down into peg 2. Explain what's behind me now. So, peg 11, 9, 10. What am I talking about? Peg 11, peg 10, peg 9, peg 8, peg 7. Get the idea. That's the way it's going around this place. Everyone now is fishing this part of the lake on the lower part of the lake, deeper water. There's 3 bars in front of me that go out, and all sets of fish on the top of the bar coming rising and then dropping down into the deeper water. So I'm fishing over the first bar into the trough, and that fish I got earlier on was a result of that. I'm hoping now the next 3 nights we've got left we're going to get plenty of fish, but only time will tell. It's a fantastic and lovely water. It's just fish difficult in this session. I would have preferred it to be a little bit bigger. I like a big lake, but 15 acres is big enough, to be perfectly honest. The maze is working, the boilers are working, the rigs are working. It's just nature, Mother Nature has been against us, and hopefully as time goes by we'll resolve that and get even more fish. Let's hope we do. happy with that?
Yes.
What size is it?
I don't know.
It's just over £31. Okay?
Yeah.
No worries, let's get it back. The aluminium on the landing net snaps, but we got it in the net. That were close, wasn't it? Now we better get this weighed and sorted out, and Debs, well done, well played. A broken net. Well, it's got a prod in it, stick. It's a Gray's Prodigy. I've had it for years, but yeah, got to get a new one now.
Ouch.
Lift it up a bit more. That's it. That's it. Look at the tail. You happy with that?
Yeah.
Well, it's currently Friday morning. The week has pretty much passed, and the move to peg 2 has been very productive. Simple point being, over my shoulder here there's a flat spot you can see just there. There's a hole in the floor which is about 27 to 30 foot. It's quite a jagged lunar landscape there, like the Pyrenees mountains and that kind of thing, and the fish are holding up in there, coming up onto the different shelves, coming up and feeding. Over this shoulder here underneath the tree, just here as well, there's a little plateau that comes from 25 foot up to 11 foot, and fish come up and feed on there. You see them crashing out. On this lake, the fish crash over the plateaus. There's no bars. There is no bars in here. It's all like plateaus, long plateaus, short plateaus, and that's where it is. And it's raining now. Isn't that just typical? Always the way. Right. my foot.
But
Don't go any further.
I'm not, I'm trying to balance. Oh, we're upside down.
Thumbs up.
Half asleep.
In shot.
Yes.
Ain't that right, darling? What?
You want to get wet?
I'm dying to get wet.
I hope that fish absolutely splatters you.
Oh, let's see what we do with that one. Right, so I've got some water on this lovely carp. The watch is off. I'll pick it up. Just bang on the 30 mag. There we have a lovely bang on the nose 30. Happy days. We'll put it back now. Cool. Right, what we're going to do with this, we're going to put it in a retainer. You pass me the retainer at the side of the retainer at the side of the waistline. Yeah? Keep going. There you go. There, he's ready now. You got him. Now the rigs we've been using on this session are very basic and simple. We've gone for quite a long hook link. Quite a long hook link, as you can see there. And we've gone for a Gardner mugger size 4 on a Ronnie rig, popping them up over maize and 18mm boilies, which are a fish meal hybrid kind of brocasel kind of mix. That's what I made myself. I used to sell it, don't sell it anymore. So that pops up on there like that. I only make it for myself. A nice and simple rig, easy to use, bomb proof, and it also pops a rig up and away from the crays, because the small crays, which are yay big, are a bit of a nuisance in here. So pop your rigs up above away from the crays, I'd say a good 4 inches, and that'll help you no end. Now also I like to use running rigs on here as well, because of the nature of the sharp flints, the stone, everything that's on the bottom of this place like there. It's got sharp serrated edges, a bit like a guillotine, a knife, Stanley knife, that kind of thing. So a running rig, when you're playing the fish, the lead drops down a little bit, gives you a little bit of leeway, and then you're good to go. It's just all around better. You can use a bait clip, but I prefer not to use a bait clip on this venue. Most of the time I use a bait clip just as a little bit of help with the hooking, but on this one, because of the nature of the bottom, the topography, I decided to go with the running lead, and that's what I've done on that one.
We'll have to play this by ear because I can't see. This is short.
What? It's like a big shark, isn't it? Fine, it's like a big shark too. There we have a big sturgeon. Am I all in shot? Yeah. Nice big massive sturgeon. Not sure of the weight. We'll put a caption in there. That's fantastic. One big critter. Big boy that.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful.
So the move to Peg 2 paid off. Plenty of fish were caught. It was tough in the first 3 days, and then we've had a big sturgeon. Debs has bagged up a few fish. I've had some fish, and it's been an absolute blast. So thanks for watching, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.
Sometimes you need to go and take a step back to see the truth.